Hey guys, Brooks Gibbs here, and I think I found him, the coolest teacher on earth. And I think he works at the coolest school on earth. His name is Shaun McGurgan. He's also known as the International Mentor. His website is internationalmentor.org. Check out the school that he gets to work at. It's like made out of bamboo. It's in Bali, Indonesia. It is so awesome, the stuff that he does there. He's the curriculum manager and just loves kids. And you know, he's a passionate promoter of the Golden Rule, which is how we connected. He reached out to me because he enjoys my teachings on the Golden Rule. And when I discovered who he was, I said, dude, let me record a Skype interview with you and share it with some of my friends. I wanted to find out, how does he use the Golden Rule to manage his classroom all the way on the other side of the planet? And I'm going to give you a little clip of our Skype conversation. Now, I'm sorry that the audio is a little bit poor, but if you listen closely, you're going to get some golden nuggets out of this great conversation. After all, we Skyped and when he was in the jungles, so check this out. How do you guys deal with social conflict? Obviously, that's my expertise, that's my whole world. When you see two kids arguing over a toy and stuff like this, what are some techniques that you've learned to use to bring peace in the classroom, especially because you've got multiple cultures in a classroom that will clash?
One of the very first things that I do is that I'm able to separate the child from the behaviour. So the first thing I do is I recognise that children are children, and I see them as golden balls of light, you know, and each one perfect just as they are, having their own experience, and then recognizing that what they do is separate from who they are, and what they do is their behavior, and behavior can be changed. So when I'm talking to a child, when I'm dealing with a child, I'm not talking to the behavior, talking to the child, and we can deal with the behavior separately. So, you know, in my classroom, I only have one rule, only one. And when I say that, you know, I talked to one little girl once. She said she rules in her class. I said, how did you remember all of them? You know, don't talk out of turn, don't run in the classroom, things like that. Common things, which they're good things to have. They're good things to teach children. However, the challenge for me was that it was me imposing my rules and my social norms onto them. And what I've managed to do is switch it around so that allow for them to really start to develop their own social conscience and say using the Golden Rule, which is treat other people how you want to be treated. I say to them, how would you like to be treated? How do you like it if you're having a conversation with someone and somebody else interrupts you or talks over the top of you? How do you feel about that? And it's extremely matter of fact. And there's no need for me to punish children then. Because 99 times out of 100, they say, oh, I got it. And for that 1% who say, oh, well, I don't care. Well, to me, that's a flag. That's a red flag of a child who's really reaching out, who needs some real help. And a few of them are just being cheeky. And I say, well, really? So you'd like it when people interrupt you? Really? And oh, no, not really. You know, or I might say, well, what do you think happen to you if you keep interrupting people? Oh, well, no one will like me. That's one possibility. Is that what you want? Oh, no, no, no. Now, for the very few children who still keep saying, I don't care, I don't care, this is a way of me really identifying those children who need genuine professional help, and go and have a talk to the school psychologist, talk to their parents, and say, look, I'm really worried about your child because he or she is saying that they don't care about what other people think of them, and let's see if we can find some other way to assist them through life, because I really care about your child, and I don't want, and I really don't want them to go through their life in that much pain. And so to me, it's a much more caring approach, and it's more intensive at the beginning, because I spend a lot of time with children and counselling and really getting to the bottom of what's causing the behaviour. However, long term, the bonus is that I have a much more peaceful, a much more harmonious classroom, and the children are motivated internally. It doesn't take long, just 2 weeks, and they really understand that they have the choice of what they want. And you know, I even had a child today who was so I have this thing, it's living in now. So, and I say to them, "How's your now? How is your now?" And I'll say, you know, "Oh, my now's good," or my now's not good. And so you do know you've got to reflect over that, don't you? Or let's just say you had choice over now, and I might draw a picture of a happy face and a sad face. Which one would you choose? And of course, they all choose the happy face. And so, you know what? You do have a free choice. So why wouldn't you choose that? In no matter what situation you're in. And you can choose it right now. "Oh, what about tomorrow?" one child said. I said, "Well, do you have tomorrow? I mean, have you got the next hour even? Have you got the next minute? Have you got the next second?" And I leave it at that. And I let the children really consider that themselves, give them the space to do that. "So how's your now?" "My now's great." "Do you want more of it?" "Good." "You do?" "Yes." "Keep choosing it then." "You don't like this now? Okay, what can we do different so to help you choose a better now?" And so it's about me being quite flexible in how I manage the children. Quite flexible. You know, because every moment's quite different. Every moment's different. If 2 children were arguing, you know, if 2 children are arguing over a toy or something, I might be there and observe and hold the space, because how do I know they're not going to sort it out themselves? No? Children are often very sorting out their own challenges. Now, of course, there comes a time when, as a responsible adult, I need to step in. You know? There comes a moment when the heat is just too hot. And if I don't make an intervention, then, you know, it could get emotionally or physically too much for them. And at those times, I'll take the children aside and give them the space, and we'll talk about the choices making and how they can choose a better now. And you know, after all, human beings are cooperative beings. You know, it's the natural state of humanity is love and to care for each other. So, you know, is there another way that you can sort this out? Is what I might put that question to them. So yeah, that's the sorts of things that I do when I work with children in those tricky situations.
What I appreciated about you and your approach to you know, teaching is that you don't just teach the golden rule from student to student, saying treat each other the way you want to be treated, but you're demonstrating that in how you interact with you know, the kids that you work with. You're saying, I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated, and this permeates your education plan, your day. This includes your discipline measures, that you're always respecting the humanity of the individual. And when a kid, this is what I've discovered, when a kid feels like his humanity, his autonomy, his individuality is respected, that does tremendous things. You know, that makes them appreciate you and trust you. It's that reciprocity that kicks in. Oh, you know, my teacher's so nice to me, I don't want to be a jerk to him. or anything like that. The other thing I noticed is you really believe that the human relationship between a teacher and a student is paramount in importance. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. What I've learned over the years is that the most important thing. Sorry, I'm just most important thing in my classroom is the relationships. The relationships that I develop with the children, the relationships I'm able to develop with their families, and the relationships between the children as well. I see that as paramount. And if there's disruptions in the cohesiveness of my classroom, I'll drop everything to do something different to make sure that cooperative classroom is up and functioning again. And again, children are natural collaborators. They will just do it. You give a bunch of kindergarteners a sandpit and a few shovels and watch them go. You know, a few 7-year-olds or 8-year-olds, a ball and let them go and see what happens. They create something. Give them a few pencils and some beautiful pencils and a few strategies, and it's amazing the things children can do together. I mean, teachers know this already. I'm sure of it. I've seen teachers work extremely well, harnessing that cooperative power of children. And yet, what I'm striving to do, which is a little bit different, is bring a bit of consciousness to that. You know, to really recognise that is part of the culture, that's part of the wonderment of being a child, that cooperative and collaborative spirit. And so, as much as I can, I bring that into my classroom.